Hey guys, it's Megan. So as you can tell by the title, I am finally starting a bullet journal. And honestly, I'm one of the least organized people that you will ever meet, but you know what? We're about to change that in 2020. I mean, at least for the first few months, because let's be real, we all know how that goes. And before we jump into it, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm having a giveaway in this video. Arteza was super awesome and offered to host a giveaway for this video, so make sure to stay tuned till the end if you want to win 3 Arteza sketchbooks and a set of their retractable gel pens. And with all that being said, let's get into the video. So for the base of my journal, I started with an Arteza mixed media pad. Honestly, a dotted grid notebook would have been easier to work with, but Arteza doesn't actually make bullet journals, so I had to get creative. I started my bullet journal by decorating the cover. Since I'm using a spiral-bound sketchbook, I was able to remove it pretty easily. There's a small gap in between the binding, so the covers can be removed and put back on. For the front cover, I made a Polaroid template using a piece of scrap paper and traced around it. I taped off the inside of the rectangle using washi tape and painted the area outside of it black. When that dried, I removed the tape on the inside and stuck on some more tape, this time on the outside of the rectangle. I needed about 4 coats to make it opaque. I removed that tape and put the template back. This time I traced around the square inside of the Polaroid and taped around it. I painted a night sky scene inside of the square. And this video is going to be long enough already, so I made a separate painting tutorial that should be out this week if you want to know how to paint this. When that dried, I removed the tape and used a black Posca pen to write 2020 in the white space on the Polaroid. For the back cover, I just painted it black to match. And at this point, I had already started a few layouts in the blank journal, and I was really starting to see, why people like having the dots. And since I had already done so much work on this journal, I decided to just disassemble the sketchbook and print a dot grid onto all of the pages. I removed the pages the same way that I removed the cover, slipping them through the small gap in the spine. I changed the settings on my printer to US half letter size. The sketchbook pages are about half an inch bigger than that, so I had to override the setting on my printer. I found a bullet journal printable online and printed it on the front and back of each page. This was honestly quicker than I thought it would be. I printed about 15 pages at a time, flipped them over, and then printed on the opposite side. I'm really glad that I actually took the time to do this. I don't really know why you would unless for some reason you just have a random sketchbook that you're not using, but it's an option. And once I printed on all of my pages, I just stuck them back on the same way that I took them off. It was definitely a bit of a struggle at first, but I eventually got the hang of it. And make sure that all of your pages are facing the right way when you put them back in. I feel like this technique would work really well if you wanted to make a custom coloring book or something, but you wanted nicer pages. Not gonna lie, I was just surprised that it worked. And you guys know how much I love pockets, so that's what I decided to do for the inside cover. I made a printable that you can find on my website. Just print the template onto a piece of scrapbook or cardstock paper, cut it out, fold the lines in and then out, and use a bit of glue to attach it into your sketchbook. I used hot glue because I'm a little bit impatient, but tacky glue or even Elmer's glue would work as well. And I did mess up the back of one of the grid pages, so I decided to turn it into a grid spacing cheat sheet. How you set this up will depend on how many dots your paper has, but I like having it separate so that I can have it right there for reference. I made one of these in my sketchbook too to put swatches in. I kept the cover page pretty simple. I just wrote out 2020 with a black Crayola super tip marker and added a drop shadow using a light gray Arteza twin tip marker. I used a white gel pen to draw stars all over the black part. I probably should have stopped there, but I thought it looked a bit too plain, so I used my black Arteza gel pen to add some stars and little swirls in the background. And it's not the best, but I don't hate it either. On the second page I set up my index, and this is pretty much the same idea as an index in a book. Whenever you add a new page, you just write what it is and what page it's on here. I kept this one super simple. I just wrote the word index at the top and added a few of these moon stickers that I got from Wish a while back. For these first few pages, I definitely focused on their function first and then worried about decorating them later. I'll probably get more in depth with it once I get the hang of bullet journaling a little more. But after I made my index, I had to go through and number each of the pages. I just counted the index as page 1 instead of the cover page, but yeah, I don't really know why. Next, I made my 2020 at a glance page. This is just a small yearly calendar that I can refer to when creating monthly spreads. Again, I focused on the function first, and then the decorations. I drew lines to separate each month, and colored the headings with 2 different gray markers. I wasn't super happy with the darker gray marker, so I used a white gel pen to make them stand out more. I added some more of those moon stickers to the top, and doodled a few stars in the empty spaces. If you want to do a moon theme but don't have any stickers, you can get some circular labels and use the same technique that I used to paint the moon to make your own. Or actually, you could just print out a bunch of pictures of moons. I feel like that would be a lot easier. The next page that I set up was my 2020 goals page. And instead of setting goals for the whole entire year, I decided to break them down into 3-month intervals. And this was for a couple different reasons, one being that I really suck at long-term planning, and 2, because I actually set like New Year's resolutions last January, and then I finished everything by March, which, I mean, shout out to me for actually finishing something for once, but I'm hoping that maybe this will help me like not be as lazy. We'll see. On this page, I set up an income tracker. Since I don't have a traditional 9-to-5 job, I earn money from a few different sources, and I'm hoping that this will be helpful when tax season rolls around, and I'll have everything right there in one place. I did a really simple setup for this. I have a column for the date, the source, and the amount. I drew lines with a gray marker, and some of them are, a little bit wonky, but it's fine. And going along with that, on the next page, I set up an expenses tracker. I'm only going to be putting business expenses on this page, again, because, I have to pay taxes, and what I do right now is I just have, like, a bin with receipts in it, but I feel like I should organize it more. I don't know. But anyways, this setup is super similar to the income tracker. I have a spot for the date, what I bought, and how much it cost. I decided to make this a 2-page spread because I'll often make a bunch of like small purchases from different places. The next page I set up is a social media tracker. I'm hoping that keeping track of stats like this can show me what went well each month and what areas I need to work on. At the top of the chart, I wrote down each month, and on the left side, I wrote what I wanted to track. For YouTube, I plan to track how many videos I posted and to see how that correlates with how many of you guys watch them. I did something similar for my blog. I'm going to track how many times that I post and how many people visit my blog each month. And I know I keep saying this, but I really need to do more with my Instagram. I want to try to get better at taking photos this year. The last 2 categories are Pinterest and Twitter. I cleaned up my Pinterest a bit, and it's actually been doing a lot better. But I have like 13 followers on Twitter, which honestly, I don't even like Twitter. I just made it when YouTube was like, oh, we might take away your notifications. But from what I understand, I don't think they're gonna take away my notifications, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyways. On the next page, I made this editing cheat sheet. Since I've started doing things like my blog and making merch, I have a few more file sizes that I need to remember. If I ever forget one, I can just flip back to this page. And I don't know why I put the YouTube thumbnail size on there, like I definitely have that memorized, but yeah. And obviously I'm going to add more to this page, like the different merch file sizes, but I was just too lazy to look them up. And next to that, I made this hashtag page. I've seen a few other people do this, and basically it's a place for you to write down the hashtags that you use the most, so you can remember what they are and you don't have to waste time trying to think of them. I think this will be super helpful once I get it filled out, and it will hopefully save me some time when I'm writing captions. I just did 2 categories, which are art and crafts, but the hashtags that you use will obviously depend on what kind of photos that you post. On the next page, I created a place to put my 2020 playlist. And I did this in 2019, where each month I would pick my favorite song from the month, and then at the end, like, it's just a list of 12 songs. And I don't know, I just think that it's kind of cool to look back on. And before you say it, I know that phones don't have headphone jacks anymore, but I needed to fill up the empty space, and yeah, I'm just old and I really miss the freaking headphone jack. Like, I do not get the obsession with AirPods, probably an unpopular opinion, but I sat next to this guy on a plane like last year when they first came out or whenever they came out, and he lost his AirPod. and then like you're just out $75. Like, I don't think he ever found it. I tried to help him look, and we've established I'm pretty disorganized. I feel like if I got AirPods, they would be lost within a week. There's a question. Let me know what your favorite type of headphones are, if you like AirPods or Beats or whatever other headphones. I have these like wireless noise canceling headphones. They're around like $20 on Amazon, but I honestly love them. And the last spread that I did for this video is this year in Polaroids page. I have one of these Polaroid printers that lets you print the pictures from your phone, so I plan to choose my favorite picture from each month and stick it here. Again, this one was super simple. I just wrote a year in Polaroids at the top and traced around this random Polaroid that I keep in my craft room. It's of my cat Lucky. I miss her a lot. Yeah. But once I had all of the boxes, I just wrote the months inside of them, and since there are obviously 12 months and only 4 of them fit on a page, I added spaces for the rest of the pictures on the next 2 pages. So here's one last flip through of the pages that I did in this video. Let me know which one was your favorite. I think mine's probably the editing cheat sheet. I have a feeling I'll be using that one a lot. And also let me know if you guys would like to see more bullet journaling videos. I actually had a lot of fun with this one, and I really hope you guys like it, because if you guys like it, and I can make it into a video, I'm more likely to stick to it. And now what you guys have all been waiting for is the giveaway. I'm giving away a set of 3 Arteza mixed media sketchbooks and a set of their 20 retractable gel pens. To enter the giveaway, first make sure you're subscribed to this channel and following me on Instagram. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if you have any New Year's resolutions, and make sure to put your Instagram username in the comment so that I can DM you if you win. And here's a list of all of the countries that Arteza ships to. Make sure to go like and subscribe to their YouTube channel as well. And yeah, I'll be picking a winner on January 29th. And a huge thank you to Arteza for hosting this giveaway. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already and you'd like to be, make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this one. And if you liked it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. My merch, my website, and all of my social media will be linked down below. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I hope you all have an awesome holiday. See you guys later. Bye.